So there is really no reason for some K netizens to be throwing hate her way, leaving mean comments about her online, calling her slurs, and even going so far as to cut her photo card.
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together like we fly. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love. From your love.
Hey guys, it's Bree here. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about what's been going on at the Beijing Winter 2022 Olympics and how RM and NINGNING got dragged into the mix, receiving backlash from netizens. But before we get into this video, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of my multi-fandom K-pop uploads. You should also check out my Discord server where you can talk to me and my K-pop community, and you can keep up to date with what's going on with my channel. So the Winter 2022 Olympics are occurring in Beijing, and things got really interesting on Monday, February 7th, during the men's 1,000 meter short track speed skating semifinals. During these semifinals, two Korean skaters were disqualified from their heats. First, Hwang Dae-hon was disqualified in his heat due to an illegal or too late pass, which caused him to make contact with another skater. And then later, in a separate heat, skater Lee Jun-so was also disqualified from his heat. These two skaters would have taken the gold and silver medal respectively, but because they were disqualified, two Chinese skaters were able to progress and receive the gold and silver medals instead. This caused a huge uproar among Korean netizens, and many of them claimed that the call that the referee made was very biased. South Korean short track speed skater Kwak Yoon-gi chimed in and questioned the fairness of the refereeing officials at the Olympics as well. The situation got so bad that the Korean Sport and Olympic Committee said that it would file an appeal, stating, "We plan to do our best to prevent injustice from happening to our athletes in the international ice skating and sporting communities." We also have to remember that there is quite a lot of political tension between China and South Korea, so that made things even more controversial. So how did BTS RM and aespa's NINGNING get brought into the mix? Well, on Monday, RM took to his personal Instagram account and posted a few stories about the race. Some clips of Hwang Dae-hon, who would have taken the first place medal in his heat if he hadn't been disqualified, with some clapping and thumbs up emojis. Seemingly harmless, right? Well, apparently a lot of Chinese netizens took offense to the fact that RM was supporting his home country and rooting for them in the race. They couldn't leave any comments on his personal Instagram since, as you know, all of the BTS members have the comments on their posts limited. So they took to BTS's official Instagram account, went to all of the recent posts, and started flooding the comment sections with middle finger emojis, vomiting emojis, etc., some even attacking RM's looks. So this created kind of an Instagram war between some of the Chinese netizens that were leaving hate comments and BTS Army. BTS Army retaliated by posting a bunch of purple hearts on all of the recent Instagram posts from BTS's official account where this was taking place. And just to put things into perspective, in only the past couple of days, the recent posts on the BTS official Instagram account have been flooded with over 170,000 comments due to the back and forth between BTS Army and Chinese netizens. That is incredible. I don't think RM did anything wrong by showing support to his country during the Olympics. If you guys know anything about BTS, you guys know they're all proud Koreans. They're proud of their country. They're proud of their background. So of course, if RM is watching this match, and I'm sure that he knows how controversial the decision the referees made in disqualifying Hwang and Lee, of course he's gonna post about it on Instagram and root on the skater. To be honest with you though, I'm pretty sure RM is totally unbothered by the situation and he might not even know what's going on. But good on Army for going to the BTS official account and posting all those purple hearts to drown out all of the hate comments. So now let's move on to aespa's NINGNING. NINGNING is currently under fire by a lot of K netizens because of a post that she made on Dear You Bubble. Some K netizens are discussing the idol online, disparaging her for her post, and one Korean netizen even made a post on TikTok cutting NINGNING's photo card. A lot of K netizens are angered implying that Ningning was being disrespectful by cheering on the two Chinese medalists who proceeded to the finals, while the two Korean skaters, Hwang and Lee, were disqualified. But it doesn't really seem like that was the case. Ningning made her post on February 5th, which was 2 days before the Chinese medalists proceeded to the finals and the Korean skaters were disqualified. In her post, she said, "Wow, I heard that China received its first medal tonight. I'm happy. My homeroom teacher just informed me that the two Olympic champions are alumni, which is an honor. Each and every athlete deserves respect." She goes on to say, "All of our athletes are so amazing. While watching the Olympic Games, I think the athletes from all the countries are amazing and we've worked so hard. Way to go. All the people on earth are one family." So, at first, when I heard that Ningning was receiving backlash, in part of my mind I kind of understood, being that that specific match was so controversial, with South Korea even filing an appeal because the two Korean skaters were disqualified and the two Chinese skaters made it to the final. But like I mentioned before, the post that Ningning made on Dear You Bubble was made 2 days before this happened. And on top of that, as you could see from her post, she was not only congratulating the Chinese medalists, she went on to congratulate all of the athletes that were participating. I also want to point out the intent behind Ningning's post because I think that that's really important to cover. I saw a lot of news sources just kind of reporting on the fact that she supported the Chinese athletes, but they didn't fully translate her post or talk about her intent. And I think that was purposely done just to kind of drum up controversy about the issue. To me, the intent of her post is really important because if you read her post, she's saying that it's an honor that the two Olympic winners from China are alumni from the same school that she graduated from. So I read that as, wow, it's so cool that these people who graduated from my school went on to become these amazing athletes and went on to participate in the Olympics, which is a huge honor. So I think it was more so Ningning being shocked and proud that she graduated from the same school as these Olympic winners did. And on top of the fact that she not only cheered on the Chinese athletes, but she cheered on all of the athletes who participated, she even added all the people of the earth are one family. And I thought that that was really sweet of her because she's basically encouraging unity here and not division. So the fact that some K-netizens took her post out of context or ignored the intent behind her words and only chose to focus on the fact that she did acknowledge the two Chinese athletes who graduated from the same school as her, I just felt like that was really wrong and really dishonest and cruel in my opinion, because as an idol you're already under a lot of public scrutiny and you're trying to be very careful with whatever you do. And I think in this situation Ningning was really trying to be careful with what she said while still acknowledging that she was proud of the Chinese athlete, but people still took what she said out of context, and I think that's really messed up. So there is really no reason for some K-netizens to be throwing hate her way, leaving mean comments about her online, calling her slurs, and even going so far as to cut her photo card. At this point, I think it's clear that some netizens will jump at any reason to drag foreign idols, specifically Chinese idols. I really do think that Ningning was very careful with her posts and her wording, especially because this post was made on Dear You Bubble, which is an app where fans actually pay for the service to read messages from their idols and sometimes even send messages back and communicate with them. So obviously Ningning wouldn't be that stupid as to make a post just solely cheering on China on an app where she knows a lot of Korean fans are paying to communicate with her. She's very aware of the politics going on in this situation, but apparently people really took what she said out of context, even though it was made 2 days before the referees made the calls that they did. This really goes to show you it's really sad, but it seems like at this point Chinese idols just have to walk on eggshells, and it's like in a lot of cases they can't mention their identity or their nationality at all in any way without offending some people, specifically just the toxic K-netizens, because I know all of them aren't like that, and that's really sad. So to wrap this up, in both cases BTS's RM being proud of his background and cheering on Korean skater Hwang, and Ningning congratulating the two Chinese athletes and going on to congratulate all of the athletes in the Olympics. I don't think either one of them are wrong, and in my opinion neither one of them deserved the backlash that they received. So what are your thoughts on the situation? What do you think about RM's posts and the Instagram war that happened between some Chinese netizens and Army? And what do you think about Ningning receiving some backlash because of her post on Dear You Bubble? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!